From luxury beachfront villas to high-performing investment apartments, Cape Town's Atlantic Seaboard has become one of the most desirable property markets in South Africa. But what actually makes areas like Sea Point, Clifton, Camps Bay so valuable? In today's video, I'm taking you through the Atlantic Seaboard, exploring the lifestyle, property prices, investment, potential, and what buyers from Johannesburg and overseas need to know before investing here.
Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel. My name is Princess, aka your property princess, and in today's video we're going to be dissecting and analyzing one of Cape Town's most iconic suburbs of all time,
the Atlantic Seaboard.
I feel like this video, I'm not gonna really make it that long because everyone knows the Atlantic Seaboard. Like, everyone knows it. We're all quite familiar with it, but if you don't know it, or maybe you're just one of those people who thought Africa was just jungle, well,
shut that. That's not.
Alrighty, let's jump into our first episode on the Atlantic Seaboard, Cape Town's most sought after coastal investment corridor. Now, this is where luxury living meets high performing real estate and the lifestyle driven demand with global buyers appeal. So our core suburbs are Greenpoint, Sea Point, Bantry Bay, Clifton, and Camps Bay. It's one of Cape Town's most prestigious and supply-constrained property regions, run by lifestyle, demand, tourism, and international investments. The luxury high prices in this area is usually because of the following. Limited land equals long-term capital growth pressure upward. There's a strong foreign buyer activity, so rand hedge appeal.
Do you guys know that saying? Like, what's the point of going to Europe? Just go to Sea Point.
The high rental demand, both long-term and short-term, like Airbnbs go crazy. It's basically lifestyle premium. Besides the obvious, why do buyers actually come here and why are they drawn to Atlantic Seaboard? It's not just because it's pretty. Firstly, I get ocean views with limited global comparables at similar price points. There's strong tourism. Everything is walkable. The lifestyle, cafes, gym, high-end dining, nightlife, wellness culture, international buyer appeal. Not just looking at a residential market, it's a lifestyle asset class. Being in Cape Town is like literally living in the most luxury places overseas, but at a cheaper cost, basically. Now, for my locals, by no means do I say Cape Town is cheap, but if you wanted to access this exact same lifestyle for the property prices in a different country, it would be a lot more expensive. So if you're thinking of buying, selling, investing in the Cape Town market, I won't lie, this is a good location to start at, especially if you've got this. It's the best one. At the moment, the team,
if you didn't know,
it is mainly priced for our international buyers, so it is very favorable for my international buyers if you're looking into investing. It's actually for you. The prices are for you. All really wealthy South Africans, but I always get people telling me I'm looking
for 10,000 rand rental.
Yeah, no, that's not happening. Are you looking to share? Some people will be like, especially Johannesburg buyers, they'll be like, I have
2 million. I'm looking for like a 2-bed, ocean view, Cape Town, maybe like a 2-bath. And I want it within like the Atlantic Seaboard, somewhere in Camps Bay. Nothing too bougie. I'm looking, and I'm like 2 million. Too big. 2 baths. I don't know, babes. I don't know. And then they want parking. They're like, oh yeah, I also want a garage. No.
Sorry, it's not happening. Nope. Let's take a look at the investment breakdown. If you're looking for a high rental demand, walkable lifestyle, and strong liquidity, Sea Point's for you. Clifton is more for wealth preservation, ultra luxury positioning, and scarcity driven pricing. Bantry Bay, I'll say, is more quiet, stable luxury, a lot of privacy-driven demand. Camps Bay, or I like to call it South Africa's version of Miami, has high Airbnb return on investment, tourism-led performance, and seasonal upside. And we get Greenpoint, our urban lifestyle hub, strong tenant demand, and consistent investment activity. Trigger warning, I'm switching to teacher mode. The PowerPoint slides are coming up. Focus, class, focus. Let's deeply analyze Sea Point. It's one of Cape Town's most liquid and consistently in-demand apartment markets. Key investment drivers, its extremely strong rental demand year-round, high walkability and urban lifestyle appeal, popular with youngsters and professionals, remote workers, strong Johannesburg relocation market, and a stable occupancy rate for the long-term rental. We're looking at pricing. It's about 45,000 Rand to 85,000 Rand per square meter, depending on the view, conditions, and location. As an investor, you get fast turnover markets with reliable rental yield potential. There's high liquidity, so it's easier resale compared to like a niche luxury nodes. And as for sellers, if the property is marketed correctly, Sea Point apartments attract both local and international buyers quickly due to its lifestyle demand and its scarcity of well-priced stock. Then let's take a look at our ultra-luxury segment, which is Clifton and Bantry Bay. These are Cape Town's most exclusive residential pockets. If we take a look at Clifton, it has ultra-prime beachfront apartments and villas. Extreme scarcity drives long-term capital appreciation, strong offshore and ultra-high net worth buyer interest, one of the strongest wealth preservation markets in South Africa. As for Bantry Bay, its wind-sheltered microclimate equals premium livability, quiet luxury positioning, stable low volatility pricing environment, high private low density residential stock. The pricing can exceed 120,000 to 200,000 per square meter. These areas are not yield driven, it's capital preservation and prestige driven asset class. Now we get our tourism and Airbnb return on investment engine, Camps Bay. Camps Bay is the tourism capital of the Atlantic Seaboard. Its key drivers are iconic beachfronts and Table Mountain views, high demand of luxury villas and short-term stays, peak seasonal Airbnb returns. There's a huge summer dominance, so December is the best time. There's a strong international visibility and brand recognition, restaurants, nightlife, beach culture. If you're looking for a short-term rental return on investment zone, this one is the strongest in Cape Town. On the other hand, the performance is heavily seasonal and it's driven by highly lucrative and peak months, usually between December and February. Here is a market note. Foreign ownership is permitted in South Africa, which continues to supply international demand into Camps Bay's luxury property. Okay, let's talk stats. Let's get into Sea Point's market yield. I would say it's very balanced. Long-term rentals, it's about 6 to 8% gross yield. Airbnbs are usually short-term, and that growth is about 10% to 15% gross yield, which is a high seasonal impact. That's between December and February. And then the strong year-round occupancies, it's also got high liquidity market, Airbnb premium driven by walkability and tourism demands, and the entry costs are moderate versus all the other luxury nodes like Camps Bay, Clifton, and Bantry Bay. Looking at Camps Bay, it's very articulated around tourism. It's got long-term rentals that goes about to 4% to 6% gross yield. Airbnbs are also short-term, and it's got a growth of about 8% to 13% gross yield during the peak season, and the spikes can significantly higher. Investor insight is its highly seasonal summer-driven income, premium nightly rates in peak months, and its strong international tourism demand, one of Cape Town's highest performing Airbnb zones. Clifton is articulated around wealth preservation, with long-term rentals between 3.5 to 5% gross yield, and the Airbnb being mainly short-term, and we see a gross yield of between 5% to 8%. Investor insight includes the yield is not the main driver. Now it's ultra wealthy buyer demand. Scarcity equals long-term rental capital appreciation, and the lifestyle and the prestige assets are more than an income play. Bantry Bay is a very stable luxury environment with long-term rentals reaching between 5 to 7% gross yield, and then there's Airbnb and short-term rentals which go between 8 to 11%. Now, as an investor, it's a wind-shielded microclimate which adds value stability. Strong executive rental demand and a lower volatility than Camps Bay. Consistent occupancy with luxury tenants. If we take a look at Greenpoint, which is a very urban environment, it has long-term rentals between 6 to 7.5 gross yield and Airbnb short-term rentals between 7 to 11 gross yield. As an investor, you should know that this is a very balanced yield and capital growth. Strong environment-driven Airbnb demand for the stadium, the waterfront. There's high occupancy and consistency, and it's attractive to digital nomads and young professionals. And that concludes it, our investment strategy insights. When it comes to long-term investments, you're looking for stability and low risk. Areas like Bantry Bay would be perfect. Airbnb is more higher yield and higher volatility. Areas like Camps Bay are amazing and perfect. Our luxury suburbs, which are capital preservation focused, swaying areas like Clifton and also coming back to Bantry Bay can come in. If you're looking to invest in urban nodes, would have yield and liquidity balance, areas like Sea Point and Greenpoint are the best. And lastly, our tourism nodes, seasonal return on investment spikes. Camps Bay would be the best, with its highest peak rates being during summertime in South Africa, December to February. So whether you're thinking of relocating from Johannesburg and moving to Cape Town, you're from America or the UK, or maybe you're just interested in seeing what's on the market and how the market is performing, I think this video is for you. I'm just saying. Feel free to reach out. Make sure to subscribe. I would actually not buy yet. Maybe you'll catch the next video and you might actually fall in love with that suburb instead.